Biscuits and Smokies game 4 of 5 at Smokies Park on Wednesday night. Tennessee went with starter Pierce Johnson in this one, while visiting Montgomery countered with right-hander Victor Mateo. More on Johnson in a bit, but first Mateo here in the second would find trouble early and often. Mateo walked Charlie Cutler to start the inning and then gave up a single to Jonathan Mota and hit Luis Flores with a pitch. The next batter was recently promoted Kevin Brown, and he broke a scoreless tie with a 2-run double.
And the first pitch is cut on, fair ball, just inside the first base bag. There's 1 run, that's Cutler. Ball being fished out of foul territory by Mota easily in from second. Down to third goes Flores, and how about this kid, Kevin Brown?
The double was the first of 3 hits in the game for Brown. He's batting .500 with 8 hits in 16 Southern League at-bats this season in Tennessee. Smokies up 2-0 in the second, and they added to that lead when Jae-Hoon Ha followed Brown with this 2-run single to center. Still in the second now, and Steven Bruno up with 1 out, and he comes through with an RBI single to center. The Smokies took a 5-0 lead. Tennessee kept that momentum moving in the third when Ha came through with the second run-scoring hit of the game. This time he doubled in Brown with a 2-out double through the gap, and the Smokies took a 6-0 lead. Ha was 2 for 4 with a run and 3 batted in. In 4 games against Montgomery, he is 6 for 17 with 8 runs batted in this season. So the Smokies up big in this one after 3, and their starter Pierce Johnson would settle in nicely and dominate the Biscuits in his return from a calf injury. The start was the first for Johnson with the Smokies since May 19th, and he was outstanding. He was already given a big lead to work with early on, and that increased when Flores came through with this home run in the 5th.
From teams there's a high drive. That one's towards deep left field, way back there and into the construction zone. So long. That hit a 2x4, bounced up and off the second deck, and then took one more big hop right out of the stadium, and the Smokies lead 7-0.
Flores was 1 for 3 in the game and scored twice. Smokies up 7-0 after 5, and their starter continued to roll. Johnson walked 2 in the second and struck out 1 over the first 3 innings. He allowed a leadoff single in the 4th, but would go on to retire 12 straight after the hit and finish the game with 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 1 hit allowed over 7 1/3 scoreless innings. Newly promoted lefty Andrew McKirahan finished this one for the Smokies. He worked himself into a jam in the 8th, but eventually got out of it with this strikeout of Ryan Brett. He also struck out Cameron Seitzer in the 9th inning. He then closed the ball game with this flyout to right.
McKirahan delivers the 1-1. Segovia swings, fly ball, right field, long run. Chen over to it and reaches up and makes the catch. And the ball game's over, and the Smokies win.
The Smokies win Game 4 of the series 7-0 and clinch the series victory as well. Tennessee improved to 10-4 in the second half with the win. Johnson pitched into the 8th and earned his 2nd victory of the season. Brown and Ha, Tennessee's 7th and 8th place hitters, were a combined 5 for 8 with 3 runs and 5 batted in for the Smokies in the victory.